Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I am going to show you guys my one-shot trick shot build. And dang, this thing was super fun leveling up. Super fast too. I love it. Alright, so let's go into the gear. I am still, if you guys have been following my whole entire trick shot build up until now, I'm going to have kind of a lot of the same gear as I was using before. So the bow is still the same. Really good bow. Couldn't replace it. Well, I couldn't find anything better than it. But for this build, you want flat pierce, pierce percent, crit chance, and instead of the might, you want weapon percent. That would probably be like best in slot stuff. And then of course you want it on a 5% base crit bow. So a might bow, and might because might bows have a higher amount of flat damage, so that's what you want. So if you do get a level 45 bow, it's probably going to be a little bit better than this maybe, because it'll have a higher base damage, but it's hard to kind of replace this. But yep, that's what you want. And for armor, I got vigor on this, but you want vigor and might and some resistances, but this works for me. For your shoulders, you want crit chance, because this is a heavily dependent crit build, so get crit chance, health, and resistances. For your helmet, you want as much energy as you can get. As much energy as you can get, and you want at least 10 energy regeneration and minus energy reserved. That is exactly what you want. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a plus 10 energy regeneration. This is my old helmet, but it still works. But if you want energy sustain, try and get one, a better helmet than what I have. For boots, you just want movement speed, some might, resistances. Gloves, you want physical damage, and try and get might instead of attack speed, because we don't really need attack speed because we're just one-shotting everything. So that's what you want. But this helps me with my resistances, and I had pretty much what I wanted. For rings, I did have a little bit of an upgrade here. It's got flat pierce. You want flat pierce, crit chance, and physical percent. And then here's my other ring. It just has a nice amount of flat and some crit chance. I wish I had 29 on this. That would be really fantastic. But hey, it's a good blue altogether. And for my belt, I was using this 11% increase attributes, some 11 to 15 to agility. It would be nice if it was might, but that's okay. And I wish the regen was energy, but once again, it's not bad. That's what I use in all my clips. Now, when you are versing regular monsters around the world, for sustain, you can go with a Moonclaw. It does help a little bit, and it does give you a little bit more crit chance. But if you want a little bit more damage, go with something like this. You want attributes and another flat amount of attributes. But this is an option if you want better sustain. Now, I haven't tried it with a belt with mana or energy regen, so it might be on par with this, but I don't know yet. But yeah, try and get regen on your helmet, regen on your belt, or not belt, I'm sorry, necklace, sorry, habit of playing other RPGs, action RPGs. And try and get regen on your potion too. And here's my other potion, just in case you guys are wondering. Alright, let's get into the juicy bits. Also, you guys are probably wondering why I have 7 stacks of rage. That is because you guys also want to get, and this is kind of like a little secret tip from me, guys, you want to get Fell Blades. What you do is reset your stats, get 209 knowledge, equip your Fell Blades, and then reset your stats again. And that's all you gotta do. You can have your Fell Blades on. As long as they're still on you, you can still, what you can do is use your stomp, and I'll go into this later, but use your stomp, you switch to your Fell Blades. It'll cap you off at 7 rage, swap back. So even though you don't have the requirements to wear them, when you reset your stats to wear them, you can reset your stats again where they stay on you. As long as they're still on you when you reset your stats. But yeah, just a little tip from me. And a rage increases our damage too as well. Alright, let's go back into stats. So what I did, attributes, I went all into might and 127 just to wear some of my gear. I think something has, yeah, 127 agility here, and I think there was something else that needed agility. Or was it this? Yeah. I would, to safely do this, go at least 127 agility so you can wear different pieces of gear. It gives you a little bit of flexibility in gear-wise. Then dump everything into might. But yeah, that's it for that. And yeah, you definitely want to go might because we're using a might bow. Alright, then for dodge, under our core skills, 2 in celerity, 3 in dash. You want at least 3 in the dash, alright? And this is optional. It's just all about comfortable and speed when you come out of your dodge or whatever. But at least get 3 in the dash attack because that's where damage is coming from and our extra crit chance. Then let's go into the rogue. So our main ability is Trickshot. And this is my boss setup. So you want to go into ranged weapons so you can equip your bow and it scales off your bow. For bossing, you want to go mark focus because you get, instead of 10%, you get 15% per point. And that is when you mark your bosses, you get the extra damage. And then you put 3 into enhanced damage and 1 into enhanced critical hit. Now I'll show you guys what I am at without enhanced critical hit. I'm at 81%, but I put that in here because it makes me do my super crits a lot more often on my bosses. So I'll kind of show you guys. If I use my Valor dodge, I'm up to 169, which is, it's really comfortable to always do a super crit. Now if you want to do a super crit 100% all the time, go ahead, drop 1 damage and put it into here, and you'll pretty much have capped out super crits. But I'm comfortable with this to have a little bit more damage. Now when you're versing regular monsters around the world, you're not bossing, take out all of this mark focus because you're not going to be able to mark every single little enemy. You want to put all this mark focus into enhanced damage so you can have a whole lot more base damage without marking. So that is my setup, and that's what you do, the 2 options you have when you're bossing and when you're not bossing. So once you do that, you want to go into here, and this is for later game. You want to start dumping all your points into Poison Burst. This is for like when we're doing lots of damage to bosses. This really helps, this extra poison damage. So once you accomplish 24,000 damage, you're going to consume your mark, and it's going to do 35% of that as extra poison damage. It's pretty awesome. It's great for getting that extra burst of damage. And of course, we're going to do way more over the 24,000, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're struggling with bosses, drop some of this and put it in the weekend. This reduces their damage. Alright, for our aura, you want to go 2 into honing. This converts all of our damage into pierce damage. And then you want to go 5 into enhanced critical, so we can get that juicy extra chance and multiplier. Multiplier is very important. And then ability enhancement because, well, it's just a little bit more damage. You can either go ability enhancement or conservation if you're struggling with energy sustain. Either or, whatever you want to do. Alright, so, and then that's it for that. Let's go into our passives. So of course you want to go all into here. You want to get crit chance, crit damage. You want to go into deft hands just to get this crit chance over here. Then we're going to go into pierce damage because we are scaling off of pierce damage and shadow spells, so you can get that 10% pierce damage right there. And then for Sleight of Hand, this scales up our weapon damage, so we get a little bit of attack speed and crit chance. And this is for when we mark our enemies, get crit chance when we mark. So this will definitely cap us off. And then -8 resistances and a crap ton of, we get 78% enhanced or increased damage on your mark. So this is really, really nice. And then for our 4th tier, this is an amazing passive to get, because we get a whole bunch more crit multiplier. Crit multiplier is really nice. I love it. And that is it for the rogue side. Just a lot of crit, a lot of multiplier. Then in warfare, changed a few things up. Instead of using Vanish, we now use Valor. Well, I'll get into that a little later, but I use Stomp to generate my 1 rage, so I can swap to my Foe Blades and then swap back. I used Doomhorn to increase my damage for 1 second. It gets 60%, well, 40%. Oh no, wait, yeah, 60% increased damage. And then we also lower the resistances. Really nice. Battlefield Awareness. When you're leveling, you don't have to go too crazy into this. It doesn't increase our damage that much, but you want to go 5 in Conservation and 5 in the Vitality Drain. It just boosts our damage a tiny bit. It's not by much. So it is optional if you guys want to go into something else that's going to benefit you. Which I don't know what really would. You could probably try Flicker or Grenades or something. But yeah, if you just want some damage, or you can actually use it for, if you're struggling with mana sustain or energy, you can drop the vitality and put it in inspiration and get energy regeneration. But yeah, that's what I kind of recommend, but I am comfortable with this. And then for our main damage dealing active like aura, you want to go into enhanced critical hits right here. So 150% increase critical hit chance, 30% multiplier, and then frenzy. So we're going to get a 70% total damage. We're also going to be kind of squishy because we're going to be taking 24% more increased damage. But Valor is also really nice because we get a 6-second buff. We get 30% movement speed, an additional 15% total damage. This is really, really, really nice. Now, if you really want to min-max, you can take out 1 point in Frenzy. We're going to lose 10%, but you can go into, actually, where was it? Sword. Right here. You'll get 15% more, so 5% more total damage, but when this sword comes down, you're going to want to dodge that sword, because if you don't, you're going to die. But if you just want to lose 5% more, just go all in the frenzy. It's fine. And that is it for that. So let's go into the passives. So we go into weapon proficiency. We get crit chance. We go into here. We get some damage. And then we go, these are pretty much the same. You can go either physical or the pierce damage. Then we go into marksmanship for the projectile. Really nice. And then I put 4 points into here so I can get my +3 to minimum rage. That's how I get my 7 rage. Really nice. So what you can also do, if you are not bossing, you can always take points out of dismantling tactics, because you're not going to be marking stuff if you're not bossing, and you can dump those into more rage effect. You can also put more rage effect on here. You can also get rage on kill if you want. So that is, what is it, 12 more points? Yeah, 12 more points. And you can put it all in here. You can get rage on kill too if you want. Or you can just dump it all in here and get more duration and stuff. Or this, you can get more damage every time you overflow on your rage. So it's another option when you are not bossing. So only take this off if you are not bossing. And that is about it. So what you guys do is you mark your enemy with my 3. You pop your Valor, which is going to increase their damage by a lot. You dodge. You use your horn to lower their resistances. And pretty much the whole operation is you mark, you make sure you're buffed up, you horn, then you immediately dodge and you immediately attack. Or you dodge and then do your horn. It's up to you. But if you dodge and you do your horn, you can almost squeeze in 2 hits of the fully horn damage, I should say. But if you horn and then you dodge, you can only get like 1 hit in, because there's like a tiny bit of a delay. But yeah, our goal is to one-shot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty much explained everything and how everything works. I think I already explained Mark of Death. The burst, yeah, I already explained that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was pretty fun making this. You guys all have a great day. Take care. Peace.